President El-Sisi reviews updates on Digital Pioneers Initiative set to launch in September 2025. Egypt's Holy Pharma signs deal with US-based Dawa Pharma to co-produce and export medicines targeting North American and Europe. Egypt awards qualification certificates to 4 renewable energy projects worth $388 million. The news in detail. President El-Sisi has held a meeting with Minister of Communication and Information Technology Amr Talat and Egyptian Military Academy Director Ashraf Salim Zahir to review updates on the Digital Pioneers Digilians initiative set to launch in September 2025. President Sisi emphasized the need to complete all preparations on time and explore expanding the program to benefit a broader segment of Egypt's youth, aligning with national efforts to build a strong digital workforce. Mr. Talat noted that trainees will gain practical experience through partnerships with local and international tech firms and receive support for launching tech-based business projects and freelancing careers. The initiative aims to equip Egyptian youth from all backgrounds with advanced technical personnel and leadership skills free of charge. Programs will include intensive diplomacy and professional and academic master's degrees with full coverage of accommodation and training. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati has met with Mauritania's Minister of Trade and Tourism Zainab bint Ahmed Nah, emphasizing the need to hold the Egyptian-Mauritanian Economic Forum annually. The meeting followed the launch of the forum's first edition in Nouakchott, focused on enhancing trade and investment ties. Abdelati called for boosting bilateral trade and highlighting Egyptian sectors such as energy, infrastructure and fisheries as areas for expanded cooperation. Egypt is advocating for deeper integration in Africa's air transport sector, focusing on safety, sustainability and efficiency. Addressing delegates from over 40 nations at the 10th Africa-Indian Ocean Aviation Week in Victoria Falls, Civilian Aviation Minister Sameh Al-Hifni reaffirmed Egypt's commitment to regional air connectivity and infrastructure development. On the sidelines, he focused on cooperation in port development and training with Zimbabwe's Transport Minister Felix Moana, who praised Egypt's aviation leadership and its partnership with ICAO. Egypt's General Authority for Healthcare, the GA, has digitized medical records for over 24,000 foreign patients from 97 countries as part of its expanding medical tourism efforts. Under the We Care for You in Egypt initiative, GA reported that recent revenues from international patients have tripled, surpassing $4.5 million. The patients were treated across specialties, including cardiology, orthopedics, surgeries, and cosmetic care. GA Chairman Ahmed Essubki emphasized Egypt's strategy to become a top medical tourism hub through infrastructure upgrades, skilled medical staff, digital healthcare systems, and partnership with 25 global insurers. Egypt's state-owned holding company for pharmaceuticals, Holy Pharma, has signed a partnership agreement with US-based Dawa Pharma to co-manufacture and export pharmaceuticals and dietary supplements with initial focus on North American and European markets. The deal includes 6 FDA-approved dietary supplements for US exports marking, the first for Holy Pharma. The joint venture will see Egypt hold a 40% stake and Dawa 60%, with plans to expand production and export of ampoules, sterile injections, and OTC drugs. The agreement announced during a ceremony attended by Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli aligns with Egypt's strategy to boost its pharmaceutical sector and attract foreign investments. Officials said the venture will comply with FDA and EMA standards and explore growth in Africa and Asia. The Cairo Climate Talks, the CCT, has held their 100th session in Cairo, marking 14 years of Egypt-Germany cooperation on climate action and sustainability. Hosted by Egypt's Environment Ministry and the German Embassy, the event featured key officials including Environment Minister Yasmin Fuad, Water Minister Hani Suwailem, and German Ambassador Jürgen Schulz. Speakers praised CCT as a key platform for innovation and collaboration on energy, water and biodiversity. The event also launched a summer festival showcasing environment projects from Egyptian and German partners. Since 2011, CCT has been central for advancing Egypt's climate goals and strengthening bilateral ties. Egypt has topped Arab and African countries in multiple 2025 international university rankings. According to the Cabinet's Media Center, for the country ranked first in the Times Higher Education ranking with 35 universities, up from just one in 2011. Egypt also led Africa and ranked second in the Arab world in both the CEMAGO and QS World Universities rankings, with 52 and 15 universities listed respectively. In the US News 2025 ranking, Egypt had 29 universities, the highest in the region. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has reaffirmed Egypt's commitment to sustainability, reducing external debt and boosting foreign direct investment across key sectors. Speaking at a ministerial committee meeting on debt management, Madbouli emphasized enhancing private sector involvement and aligning public investment with development's goals. The meeting reviewed debt reduction strategies and borrowing standards. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati has highlighted Egypt's expertise, workforce and technical capabilities as valuable assets for Mauritania's development projects during the opening of the first Egyptian-Mauritanian Economic Forum in Nouakchott. He expressed hope the forum would boost economic cooperation, increase bilateral trade, and encourage Egyptian companies to enter Mauritania's market. Abdulati also stressed the importance of holding the forum annually alongside the Egyptian-Mauritanian Joint Committee, which met for the first time since 2006. Mauritanian ministers and Syrian officials attended the event. Minister of Planning, Economic Development and International Cooperation Rania Al-Mashat has met with the Development Partners Group in Egypt to boost coordination on development efforts. The meeting focused on aligning aid with Egypt's national priorities amid shifting donors' funding. Mashat highlighted Egypt's framework for sustainable economic growth and the integrated national financing framework aimed at diversifying financial sources and supporting key social sectors. Egypt has awarded qualification certificates to 4 solar and wind energy projects with a combined capacity of 400 megawatts and total investments of $388 million. The projects will operate under the peer-to-peer electricity mechanism, allowing companies to sell power directly to industrial clients without government involvement or financial guarantees. Electricity Minister Mahmoud Ismat said the move aligns with Egypt's electricity law, which promotes liberalizing the power market and attracting private investment. The projects are expected to enhance electricity service quality, support Egypt's green transition, and help industries meet climate targets. Egypt is expanding the Max Oil terminal in Alexandria to double its storage capacity from 72,000 to 150,000 tons. The Supply Ministry announced that the project supports a national strategy to strengthen food reserves and secure supply chains amid global disruptions. Minister of Supply and Internal and Internal Sharif Farouk stated that the upgrades led by the holding company for food industries will modernize Egypt's edible oil storage and distribution systems, enhancing both efficiency and food safety. Once completed, the terminal will be one of the largest in Egypt, supporting food manufacturing and boosting national food security. ADNOC Distribution and Total Energies Marketing Egypt (TTME) have officially launched the locally manufacturing Voyager lubricants range in Egypt, marking the brand's expansion into the country's growing market. Produced at TTME's blending facility in Burj Al Arab, the lubricants will be widely distributed across Egypt, aiming to reach 3,000 retail points by the end of 2026. This initiative supports Egypt's industrial growth, reduces import dependency, and creates skilled jobs. ADNOC Distribution CEO Badir Saeed Al-Lamqi highlighted the company's commitment to deepening investments in Egypt, unveiling plans for a flagship service station in New Cairo this year. The launch reinforces ADNOC's regional expansion strategy following its 2023 acquisition of a 50% stake in Total Energies Marketing Egypt, positioning the brand to serve Egypt's expanding automotive and industrial sectors. An International Monetary Fund, the IMF team, has concluded a review mission to Egypt, reporting good progress in discussions on the country's economic performance and reform commitments under the extended fund facility. Led by the IMF mission chief Ivana Vlodkova, the team held talks in Cairo from May 6th till 18th. Hula noted that Egypt's macroeconomic stabilization is taking hold with upgraded growth for costs and increased private investments. Inflation remains on a downwards trend despite a slight rise in April. The IMF praised Egypt's efforts to modernize tax and customs systems, promote fiscal prudence, and reduce the state's economic footprint. Talks will continue virtually to finalize the policy framework required to complete the fifth revenue. Egyptian potato exports have topped 1.08 million tons this season, marking a significant year-on-year increase from 832,000 tons. Agriculture Minister Ala Farouk credited the rise to farmers' efforts, strict quarantine measures, and expanded market access, praising related authorities for enhancing Egypt's agricultural export system. The minister also praised the Agricultural Quarantine Authority, the Brown Rot Control Project, and other ministry bodies for their role in strengthening Egypt's agricultural export system. The growth underscores Egypt's expanding role as a key global supplier of fresh produce. Ali Farag, Egypt's four-time World Squash Team champion and former world's #1, has announced his immediate retirement from professional squash. Ranked #2 in the PSA World Rankings at the time of his retirement, Farag is celebrated as one of the sport's all-time greats. During his career, he won the World Squash Team Championships 4 times, 2017, 2019, 2023, 2024, and secured 4 PSA World Champions titles 2019, 2021, 2022, 2023. Farag's retirement follows his recent contributions to Egypt's 6th World Squash Team Championship victory and a silver medal at the PSA World Championships in Chicago. The Egyptian Meteorological Authority forecasts a noticeable drop in temperatures across much of the country. Daytime weather will range from warm in northern regions, including Greater Cairo, to extremely hot in South Sinai and southern Upper Egypt. Nights will be moderately cool nationwide. Active winds may stir up sand and dust in exposed areas, particularly in South Sinai and the Red Sea governorates. Light rain is also possible on the northern coasts and parts of northern Lower Egypt. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin. Here is what we've been covering. President El-Sisi reviews updates on Digital Pioneers Initiative set to launch in September 2025. Egypt's Holy Pharma signs deal with US-based Dawa Pharma to co-produce and export medicines targeting North America and Europe. And Egypt awards qualification certificates to 4 renewable energy projects worth $388 million. That's all for now. Remember to stay updated by following Qnews for the latest developments. Many thanks for watching.